It's day 4 of our bucket list cruise to Alaska on the Viking Venus. And we decided to take an included tour. And I'm going to tell you now why sometimes that may not always be the best thing. If you're new here, hi, I'm Vicky. And one of the things with Viking is within your cruise fare, you are guaranteed one included excursion per port, meaning you get to do something every day and it won't cost you any more money. And as you know, excursions can be expensive, and so we opted to have a couple of those included tours throughout to, keep costs down. And our first included tour was going to be here in Sitka, the Scenic Sitka Tour and theatrical dance performance. And, well, keep watching and you'll see how it went.
Good morning as we make our way into Sitka. It's beautiful, it's cold, it's very, very windy. The wind is really whipping up here.
Waking up to views like these never got old. Viking Venus did not dock in Sitka proper. Instead, we were tendered or taken by smaller boat from the ship anchored in the harbor to the dock. And here's what the tenders look like. After a quick room service breakfast, we made our way down to catch our tender. And the ride wasn't too bad. I really expected it to be a rougher ride. We found our tour group on the dock and boarded the bus for the first part of our excursion, the Scenic Sitka portion.
So we're going to be making our way over this bridge here it's not much on the other side of this bridge, but our airport is over here, as well as our university.
Now I'll speed this up and give you the gist of the narration. The number one driver of the economy in Sitka is fishing. Number 2 is healthcare, in that Sitka has 3 hospitals and everyone from all over Alaska comes to Sitka for medical care. And the third economy driver is tourism.
So as you can see coming up here, we got the University of Alaska Southeast campus. This is going to be where our photo stop is. And you guys will have about 15 minutes. I'll give you a more exact time when we park here, but you guys got plenty of time to hang out here and take pictures if you want before we get going back to the dancers.
Yeah, folks, you heard that right. Our photo stop was in the parking lot of the University of Alaska Southeast campus. And it was actually a boat launch. A boat launch that looked like it hadn't launched many boats recently. Now, I'll admit there were some beautiful views of the mountain range, but really, a boat launch next to a flock of squawking seagulls? Our 15 minutes were up, and we were back on the bus for part 2 of this excursion, a theatrical performance by the Alaska Storyteller Dancers at Centennial Hall.
I will be your storyteller for today, and I would like to welcome you to Alaska Storytellers' historical dance show, the Russian-American Saga. Get ready for a story that began ages ago and continues on to this very day in Sitka. As our stories and lives come together on this ancestral lands of the Tlingit Ani, we recognize and are grateful for the opportunity to live and learn in mutual respect and appreciation.
Now, while we learned a lot about the history of the Alaska Purchase, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to know more, we were left a little disappointed in the performance because first, we weren't at Centennial Hall. Instead, we were taken to what felt more like a storage warehouse where they quickly threw up some makeshift seating to watch a dance performance that didn't include any native dancing. To quote one of our cruise friends, "I didn't come all the way to Alaska to see 4 white women dance the jitterbug." After standing around for about 15 minutes in the dirt parking lot, dodging the steady stream of tour buses, we were finally back on our bus and headed back to the dock. Here are the fun facts we heard along the way. If you only take into account landmass, Sitka is the largest city in the United States. It encompasses all of Baranof Island, making it about 4 times the size of the state of Rhode Island. When Alaska was sold to the United States on October 18th of 1867, it was sold for $7.2 million. $7 million was the worth of the state of Alaska. The extra $200,000 was the worth of Swan Lake, a man-made lake, so it was considered an improvement on the land.
So all of this right down here, this is all downtown. Had our one of two intersections here. And so on the right-hand side, what we're about to pass on this road, that's the Russian Orthodox Church. Definitely worth checking out if you want to walk there. And then coming up in this building on the left-hand side, that is Centennial Hall. It is a visitor center. They've got exhibits, they've got maps. So definitely worth checking out if you want to learn more about this area down here.
Wait, what did she just say?
And then coming up in this building on the left-hand side, that is Centennial Hall.
So, the reason it felt like we were sitting in a warehouse was because we were? So why weren't we taken to Centennial Hall to see the show in this beautiful venue? As we were waiting to turn into the dock, 2 juvenile eagles flew over us. Off the bus and completely disappointed in the overall experience, we decided to cross the street and go check out Baranof Castle State Historic Site. I'll put a link to it in the description because you're going to want to check it out if you're ever in Sitka. Walking up the trail to the top of the hill, I came eye to eye with an adult bald eagle sitting in a tree, and I almost stopped breathing. So cool. The views of the surrounding landscape up on that hill were just incredible. This should have been where we were taken for our photo op. We could even see the Viking Venus sitting out in the harbor. Time to get in the tender and head back to the Viking Venus. Back on board, we headed to the Wintergarden for afternoon tea and returned to the cabin just in time to see Holland America's MS New Amsterdam pass us as we make our way to our next port stop of Juneau. I'm really glad that we didn't give up and go back to the ship after a disappointing included excursion, because coming face to face, eye to eye with the bald eagle and those views on the top of Baranof Hill, they made a bad day really, really good. Let me know, have you had similar experiences with included excursions or free excursions where they just didn't turn out the way you thought they would? And did you keep on pushing and find something to make the day better? If you made it this far with me, here's a sneak peek at day 5 in Juneau. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in Juneau.